All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, or Hakudash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of the Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And the sincere peace and salutations to all the Aki and pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. It's the brother Ganon from the DC Church coming back at you with a quick video. And Lord's will be quick. I was just rewatching, our midweek camp this past Wednesday, Salakia. And we had what it appears to be a Cushite come up to the camp, and he was spewing his Jesus rhetoric, just trying to debate that Jesus came to save everyone. The Elder Monaghan was speaking at the time. Just my couple thoughts on it. It's very basic scriptures, very basic points that we all know, brothers in the know. But this thing of ours is repetitive, and you got to constantly remind, the world, because, the Jake could have been, I think the elder said he's like a stubborn Asherite. He could have been a Jake or he could have been a Cushite. Either way, you got to remind the world that Yahweh Shah didn't come for everybody. He came for the Israelites. And in Malachi, it tells you that the Most High Yahweh, he never changes, right? So if he never changes, that means when you read Isaiah the 40th chapter, or when you read 2nd Esdras, where the Lord is basically telling all the other nations they're like a drop of a bucket. They're like spit unto the ground to him. He don't give a damn about these people. He only cares about the Israelites. He only cares about the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that's the only ones that the Lord cares about. You can't be grafted in. The word adoption don't mean the way you adopt people today. That's not what it means. And even still, you don't hold that birthright. The world is not passed along to you if it's not according to the blood. And if that was the case, that means the Lord did change, or the Lord does change, which is false. In Matthew 1:21, it tells you that Yahweh Shah was born to save his people from their sins. Now, sin is the transgressions of the law. The law was given to Moses, and Moses gave it to the nation of Israel. So, who needs to be saved from their sins is the nation of Israel. Can the other nations sin? Technically, yes. But the Lord don't give a damn about them. You see? So, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his true name is Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. He's come to save his people. When you read it in Matthew 15:24, it tells you that he's come to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The lost sheep are the ones that fell away from their ways, from the ways of being an Israelite. Like we're reading the book of Maccabees right now. You see when Antiochus Epiphanes took over, he had sent out that decree that all people are to follow his rule and his ways. And you seen a bunch of Israelites denouncing the ways of Israel and following the ways of Antiochus Epiphanes. And that's why Mattathias was so pissed off, because he seen Jake falling away. Now that is the lost sheep of the house of Israel. They fell away from who they actually were. And that's who Yahweh Shah was coming for. People like that. He's coming to save his people from their sins. The problem with the world is they're trying to wrap their self into our history. You know, the Cushite, he kept going, and brothers can go watch the video. It's on the GMS Naked Eye Enemies page. You know, he's going to basic scriptures, and he kept confusing where it says the strangers or the Gentiles, or you know, he kept confusing certain things, very small things, that threw off his entire doctrine. Not understanding that the Israelites by blood were considered Gentiles, was considered strangers, was considered foreigners. Why? Because they fell away from the ways of Israel. Just like we have a bunch of those today. We have a bunch of foreigners in our nation. And that was the point of Yahushua, was to come save them. And whomever amongst the Israelites will believe on him, then they will be saved. That's the very basic understanding of this truth. That's why the scriptures say, with all thine getting, get understanding. Because the dude was just sincerely wrong. And we got to constantly come out here and remind the people that this is what the scriptures is saying. You know? Or else you're going to be left out there like the Cushite. You know? What he appears to be. And just like the elder told him, when you go out there and preach your truth, if this is what you believe, then go out there and preach it. And that's not going to happen. Why? Because this thing is not backed up by the Spirit of the Lord. The Lord is not backing it any other doctrine besides the doctrine that's starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Because that's who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord has always chosen someone to deal with. You know, from Moses to Joshua, you know, to Samuel on down. You know? And right now he's dealing with Apostle Tahar on down. Whether you like it or not. That's what the Spirit is backing it up. The Spirit is proving it to you each and every year, each and every day. You know, you see, you got people saying, oh, GMS fell off, GMS this, or GMS is withering away. GMS is getting stronger, man. And the real members of Great Millstone, the members that's truly entrenched in this thing, we know it and we see it. Well, here's though you got all these other camps that talk shit about Great Millstone. It's clearly breaking up. Their doctrines is changing. Everything about them is changing. Great Millstone has been the same for the 10 years that I've been a part of it. Because this is the true doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You can't loop nobody else into this. You can't loop nobody else into this thing of ours. Meaning any other nations. You can't loop no nations into this, you know, or anything like that. You know? But that's my point, man. You know, I made the point. The Lord didn't come for everybody. He came for the nation of Israel. And then even within that, 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be cut off. You see? There's a predestination group of people called the elect. The 144,000 plus the 1/3. And those are the ones that's going to obtain salvation. You see? And Lord's willing, we are of that number. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua B'Hashem Harakakudash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders up in Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. And a sincere piece of salutations to all the Akim that's pushing this truth and truth in all sincerity and still laboring for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know, clearly, if you're watching, you see that, you know, we're almost out of this thing. You know? So like the scriptures say in 2 Ezra 15, let not the incredulity of those trouble of those trouble thee. You know, we got to stand firm, even though it's going to seem like the world is closing in on us. We got to stand firm, right? So with that, shalom.